Welcome guys to the Nations Cup finals here, Brazil B against Finland. Game number 1 in this best of 7 series, played live from China. Let's jump directly into the Arabia hidden pig civilization here. And we have Miguel as a pocket. His flank will be Doga, who's already trying to steal a board of his flank enemy release and isn't too successful with that, but now Miguel can close that out. P8 with a Chinese pocket, his flank is dark Spanish, so that's not perfect for them. And actually, release wasn't the flank, but it was the Northern Lion Spanish player who seems to be going for some every day. And now let's take a look. Took out, trying to get that board. At the same time, he was getting his own board as well. And release his pocket of Mr. Pike here with the man. So that's horrible positioning. And we have Zuppi with Mongols and the Max with the Hans flank here. So not the greatest positioning. We have to say, Brazil B already used one restart here before that. So now Finland with another advantage here. And yeah, indeed, someone was asking in the chat what happened to all the troubles with Brazil B not getting their visa and how this was solved. Admins did pay a large amount of money there to get Brazil B still there, and I'm very confused that they did this, and I don't think that they should be left with those costs, but I think I will have to talk with them in the future. Anyone in the chat knows a good place to learn the basics of AoE? Viper said the best Civ to learn versus Hans. Well, I believe the basics, channels that are more for recreational players, I would say, could be Resonance 22 and Zero Empires. I would say, like complete beginner guides. There are a lot of like articles about it. If you want to see like videos, probably the two I just mentioned, and articles you can find a lot on AOC Zone and some on Reddit. Yeah. But best resources should probably be AOC Zone for most of the articles. And oops, I hear some attacks here. Release still pretty active. And Togao now going for his third boar. Eagle still around. Is he maybe able to block this? Togao only shooting once. Let's take a look, but that won't be the most successful block, I would say. Yeah, only getting one extra hit, and that was it. Okay, so now positioning. As we said, not that great here for Brazil A. And VH AOC close, as it seems, on the live stage. And therefore we'll probably go into restore. And that's interesting. Look at Pike start here. He already has 6 on berries. Yeah. Oh, he didn't find 2 extra sheep as well. So that's unfortunate for him. Didn't find the sheep either. Oh, he doesn't have any extra food to, yeah, kind of make up for losing the board there. So that's pretty ugly for him. Maybe you could think about release sending some sheep over. Let's take a quick look at the achievements. Just a small information here. No losses of the scouts. Dark actually with the Spanish flank getting the most food. Normally you would expect to go, but maybe just has a lot of it still in his hands and didn't drop it. Max already with a horrible start. That's a bit surprising to me, being a bit behind there. And yeah, all the players are back in the lobby. Should start pretty soon, guys. Restart and why? Brazil B did use the restart there, and that's because they had horrible positionings. And Finland A was stealing a ball. Miguel was saying AOC is minimizing quite a lot of times and trying to fix it. You're welcome, mate. 90 salute. Feel free to ask questions, guys. I believe we will have a lot of downtime. It's an offline game. I would be surprised if everything runs super smoothly throughout all the games. So more than happy to see you guys chatting and answering questions. Who's better, Beethoven or Mozart? I'm personally more of a fan of Mozart. And I believe that's a pretty tough question. Yeah. You will get a lot of different answers and none of them are right or wrong, I believe. Probably more people would say Mozart, but not by a lot. Most people couldn't decide, I would say. Mozart better at hearing stuff. Yeah. I'm not sure if that was a question yet, but yeah, probably that's right. Have you seen the victory of Flonny against Marco? I saw the spoiler video on Twitch. And then I searched for 20 seconds for the video, didn't find it, and left it. But I didn't have time yet to watch it yesterday anyways, because I wanted to see BlizzCon live. I also watched quite a bit of StarCraft 2. And yeah, wanted to see all those games live. Had friends over, we had a nice party over here. Made a lot of chicken McNuggets, obviously vegan, a lot of potato veggies, like 6 sauces. Everyone was sitting there eating unhealthy food. And yeah, I didn't want to miss that, obviously. So yeah, but I'm going to watch that and I will try to contact them again and maybe we can get another. That would be like the greatest thing ever if like Marco or like Westman is commentating how Flonny is playing me 2v1. That would be so interesting. Bach, I think for me one of the worst ones of the componists, but yeah, probably like, since we both know him, he has to be like world class. Kind of weird. Okay, I gotta go to sleep because I got work tomorrow, so I'm done chatting. But I'm gonna keep listening to the stream and probably watch the games when you upload them. Good night, everyone, and thanks again for the learning resource. You're very welcome. And yeah, hope you improve and get back to us later and tell us your stories. And have a great sleep, mate. Bach worst? Well, worse than Beethoven and Mozart. Yeah. Have the game started yet? God, I completely forgot. Yeah, we got them running over here, but not too much happened. And I will say chat off as well. A lot of people speccing that live, and a lot of people will ask uneducated questions. And so I believe the main issue that we should take a look on is how Pike is doing here. Oh, he finally found those 2 sheep and is now pushing some deer, hopefully. So maybe he can save himself, but housed, maybe? Yeah. No, canceling. Oh, no, he already did loom. So that's pretty ugly. Kind of luckily he's Spanish, but am I seeing the Drush? Not really. What is his plan? And Togawa is up. And we're looking at 27 food with 300 food queued up. Oh, that will be an ugly one here for Mr. Pike. What do you do when you're not playing AoE? Let's answer that question a bit longer after the game. Best is if you ask me again. Late here, gonna go. Maybe catch you in the morning if it goes that long. I believe we could be in for some hours, but it's only a best of 7, so I'm expecting the series to not go more than 4 hours, 37 minutes, and 12 seconds. But have a great night, Don. Okay, Pike is now up as well. Top 23, actually pretty solid here. And that's only the help of 2 deer. Heavily used his berries, but it's totally fine. Even 5 from wood, so he has a quite reasonable transition. Not sending any village. What is going on here? Ah, okay, I was a bit confused for a small second, my bad. But that's some aggression by Dogao here. Let's take a look at that. Now some M&A. I did see that he did see quite little of Pike before. Continue going for the M&A upgrade, not going for the wood. Oh, going for the wood upgrade. And now the aggression is coming forward, doing some damage against Pike. How is he reacting? That's the most important thing at the moment. On the other side, we see some laming here by the max, and Stark is now going for the tower aggression. Let's take a look at that. At the same time, those won't do the biggest damage, so let's try to follow this. The max, nice defense here, pulling quite a lot of villagers. Having some militia here at the front, but Stark's M&A upgrade will finish faster here if I see that correctly. He is already finishing that. The max just started. At the same time, tower aggression here by Dogao, so this will be quite a scrappy game. And let's take a look how the max will try to defend this. Seems like he could be going for a defensive tower. That villager is quite horribly out of position, but can get home safe. Lots of villagers around and send more forward. But in general, I don't like the positioning of that archery range. Yeah, pretty vulnerable to any aggressive towers. Start building that one on the hill. Obviously, tower against tower, hills aren't that important, but I believe those 2 towers will be out of range, so that won't be an issue that we need to take into consideration. Take a look, no more aggressive towers here, and Pike is going for scouts and some spearmen. Could be housed again here pretty soon, but no, he's getting his own houses up. And the max now going for the stone walls, and the barracks in quite a bit of danger, but I believe just another gate will do the job here. Actually, he is, yeah, okay, that makes a bit more sense. What about like weird palisade walls? Aren't the greatest option, but he's just going for another tower, and the max needs to be sure to not get the villager out here trying to build a palisade wall or something, and yeah, leave the gate open, because then everything was for nothing. At the same time, Fiat actually going on scouts out of the pocket position, something we completely missed. Zupi seems to have a great start. He already got the wood upgrade and is playing a normal FC. Miguel is going for scouts on the pocket position against Feliz, who is simply going for plumed archers. So we see all the Brazilian players going for some aggression here in the fuel rate. Remember, guys, walls is an option, but so much weaker here with the Nationscup mod. We are losing quite a lot of HP. And Zubi, the only one on the way to Castle Age now. Probably release will go up pretty soon as well. So let's see how the damage will be of the Brazilian players against the players from Finland, because they need to do some damage. Yeah, let's see. Go Winland. Yeah, let's see if they can do it. Another pause here. Maybe another drop. Obviously, the conditions at the live stage could be pretty interesting. And yeah, meanwhile, oh no, it just continues, so no in the meanwhile. And yeah, that's what I said. The HP of those gates is significantly reduced here, so he can get through that quite easily. Let's take a look at the max. I'm not 100% sure if I like that farm, because I believe the next towers will be in that direction. Would have loved to see a farm over here a bit more. Now going with 6 on stone, so wants to go for a defensive tower most likely. And that's interesting that Stark is actually sending villagers back. Is he not on stone? At the same time, he's getting some aggression here at the back. Trying to fight this back is Stark. Has 3 on stone, and that was lamed. Interesting stuff. And at the same time, Fiat not really able to do the damage. And neither is Miguel. I wanted to say, but Miguel has actually 4 kills. Where did he get those? Oh, he got some villagers over here. That wasn't walled. And that looks like 3 dead villagers here off Belize. Pretty good stuff for Miguel to start the aggression with. At the same time, seems like we didn't get too many kills here. Pike against Dogao, but that's a pretty tough tower. Archers out here. And let's take a look how Pike will try to defend that. Obviously, Scout's not the greatest thing to really defend against an aggressive move here. Dogao going for the full wall around, something I absolutely love. Miguel up to the castle edge as well now. Let's take a look. Is there an overdrop? No, 88 wood. And Pike sending some more spearmen over. The big problem obviously is Release playing without a barracks. So that's interesting. And yeah, the most beautiful thing could have been if Dogao sent his archers over. Oh god, he's losing those at the front. That's obviously super unfortunate for him. Completely up. Without any spearmen. How did that happen? Getting caught off guard so heavily. Only now one is coming over, trying to do some damage. But look at that, not getting a single hit done. He only got one hit done before dying. So that was pretty unfortunate for him. And now we see Dogao completely open here at home. Well, he is somewhat safe-ish. Let's take a look. We see now Stark towering himself up, playing the full look style. We see the Max towering himself up as well. Nice defensive tower, so that's completely fine as well. And yeah, so the farm wasn't the big issue here. I think like in the long run strategy, it's a bit better, but he knew would get the stone anyways. Let's take a look. Max is trying to commit there. Would be pretty bad for him. Not going for double with X. And Pike looks like he did quite a nice ult. Obviously, Finland has a big option of having another player there. And they're actually going, or went to... Oh god, that's an interesting engagement here, I believe. Dogao cannot really take this one. He has +1 attack now trying to go for the micro, but that was a lot of... Archers lost, but also a lot of scouts lost. No +1 defense and no bloodlines. And yeah, Racket's command doesn't work at the moment, guys. Sorry for that. And it's just the grand finals, so not much to be seen here. Two teams only left. The winner is first. The loser gets second place. Oh god, that could be an interesting timing here. Those archers are placing themselves over here. The knights are coming around. Oh god, let's take a look at the Max. Can he get the timing? VH, that would be so brutal for him. But that villager will always get the TC up. Oh, that's bad for him. But oh, he won't lose all those villagers. Maybe we'll lose one more. Oh, maybe those archers can get around. And VH, well, he has Bloodline and +1 is getting 4 knights out, but so he can clear this up. But was, yeah, 2 villager losses there and some denial of the TC time here. And that's a pretty aggressive game at the moment. Seems to be a situation that Dogao isn't on stone. Even going for a 3rd archer range, so that will be full archer aggression. Not 100% sure about that. And now they're trying to go and play this very aggressively against Pike here. Well, that's a lot of low HP with archers here. Only with +1 attack. So let's take a look. Release at the moment with 45 villagers. Number 2 here behind his teammate, Mr. Zuppi, playing the pocket position there. And he could be pretty early when it comes to the mango dice, especially because he isn't investing into too many upgrades at the moment. Pike lost 2 villagers here. Not the greatest thing ever. Let's take a look how the micro is. Dogao losing 2 archers here. Obviously, the +1 defense here really helping him out against those archer numbers. And Dogao is running. I believe Miguel could actually help out a bit more here. And the Hippo is helping out as well. And Release is getting so many kills here. Let's take a look at his KD. 11-6, and that's including 3 villager losses and probably the eagle loss as well. So yeah, pretty good stuff after that. Back. Up, Dogao up, so the flanks of Brezobi will be a bit faster than the flanks here of... Oh, that's interesting, right? Then the flanks of Finland A. Pike actually went for Bloodlines and +1 defense before clicking up, and he is not on stone. That's a Spanish flank, not on stone. Blocked 2 gold spots, 1 stone here at the front. The other one, no, that's another random one at the side. Welcome Karak as well. And yeah, Pike's map is super bad. Agreed. Is that his other stone? Looks like it. So yeah, that's super bad for him. Maybe in the long run he can take this one back, but will always be super exposed. And yeah, we'll need to fight against the hill there. Pretty tough one. Now, a lot more rage, but Zupi is able to defend this. And oh boy, down to 31 villagers though is the max here. So he got some rage against him. Trying to go for the market. Does not have a blacksmith either. So really no attacks on his towers or the archers. So they're doing very little damage here against the knights at the moment. But yeah, Zupi needs to carry 75 villagers for him. And look at his beautiful eco, even getting some monks here to defend. But only 2 stables, so he isn't going for the greatest aggression ever. And yeah, that looks like only 3 TCs as well. We now see Dogao going for crossbows, and he should have quite a bit of them. Take a look how much damage they can do at the same time. Now we can see the raids against Starkey, who's only a pop 37 without a single military unit. That being, yeah, before the first Conquistador came out. And now he should be in a pretty good spot to defend that. At the same time, VH could go for some camels to defend. And we will see how this continues to go. Trying to run around. They're trying to slow release down. And I have to say, Brazil B probably with a small advantage at the moment. Although, still, Zupi and release with villager advantage. Let's take a look. VH needs to get the +2 defense. Oh yeah, and that's finishing exactly now. Yeah, those are all live games. And yeah, being played live from China here. Oh, that's another group of crossbowmen, but +2 defense and bloodlines here for Pike. So we will clear up that small group of crossbows. Dogao will come around, and oh, they're actually going for all the villager kills here. That's pretty interesting. Only 15 villagers obviously fitting in 1 TC, so they are going for more kills, and Velith will lose a lot here. Look at that, 67 villagers for him at the moment, and that's after like at least 5-6 went down. So they're investing all their army, but then accepting, okay, we will kill 15-20 villagers here and all the plumed archers, but we'll lose all our army in exchange. Ah, that's a pretty tough loss here for Velith. And Miguel now heavily ahead when it comes to the eco, I want to say. Let's take a look, 87 villagers for him. Yeah, and suddenly he's ahead by close to 25 villagers, and he's going for more and more kills. And Velith doesn't have the greatest army, so I believe Miguel with his flood now should be in full control, going for 5 stables. At the other side, a Spanish guy going for Conquistadors, so he should be in quite a good spot. Not having any upgrades on them though. And the flood here of Miguel should be pretty evil. I believe Pike needs to, well, he cannot go for Conquistadors. Crossbows are still around. And Miguel, he will be very dominating here in this situation. 3 archery rangers. I'm not seeing the big boom here by Dogao. Obviously, he did build an aggressive tower and needs to get stone now. But, well, 2 extra TCs for him. Miguel even up to the Imperial age, so that will be pretty brutal on the left-hand side. I believe a huge advantage here for Brazil. Even going for the starting TC here of Pike. That's an interesting decision. Only 7 villagers in the TC to really punish him, but they're still going back. Pike has enough. Belize is coming around with his plumed archers, and they think a bit better of it. And now we have to give you an update on the right-hand side. And we see 85 villagers for VH, 103 for Zupi, so 20 villagers advantage for him there. Now going for the university, so he is thinking about going to Imperial Age, is going to the 4CC. But then the big question is, how is he transitioning into Imperial Age? Velith is up on the left-hand side. That's interesting. With only 77 villagers, he will probably stay on plumed archers, I would assume. And the big question that I wanted to say before I realized the villager situation is, what will Zupi really do? He's now going for the second stone upgrade, an upgrade that we don't see too often, meaning he will try to switch on to university over here and over here. No, that was skipped. He is transitioning into mango dice pretty quickly. And maybe there's a timing for VH where you can do some damage. Townwatch, and he's up to Imperial Age. Let's take a look at the resources of VH. And yeah, he is going for the university as well, only producing one knight. So he's clicking up pretty soon. Defensive castle over here. I would have probably loved to see an offensive castle at the right hand side. Put on some more pressure. Yeah, that's what I would have loved to see. Dugao still very active, sniping villagers over here and blocking 2 gold spots. So pretty sexy spot for him. Cavaliers now for Miguel, and the +4 defense. He has over 100 villagers. At the moment, only Zupi on the other side having higher numbers in that regard. Let's take a look. Release 1 castle for him only still, and he's not going for more barracks. And yeah, now the big problem here with the Mayan's pocket, and that's a big risk. Oh, and Dugao is even building an aggressive castle, something we don't see too often from a Mongols player, but I believe in this situation, having the advantage with this pocket civilization there and blocking this, yeah, very important spot here and getting the hill control. Definitely a scenario where I love this decision. PH going for another attack, and he is, yeah, no, we are in the resources at PH, so he is clicking up pretty soon, but he's trying to find some damage. He has 40 military to, yeah, close to 40 for Zupi as well, so won't really do the greatest damage, especially compared to the great damage here at the other side. Pike losing more and more villagers. He's now trying to go back good for him, and he did not produce camels, so he won't get the big attacks against him here. And now VH trying to go for husbandry and trying to run, and oh, this looks like my stream just dropped. Feels bad, man. And welcome back, guys. Many rips for your information. Yeah, feels bad, man. Not. Yeah, on my end. Probably Twitch again. Take a look, Zupi, and that's a spot. Yeah, that's a possible way to come back. Elite plumed archers, elite mangled eyes. Pretty sexy units, I have to say. Getting more defensive castles up, and that's a lot of kills here. I believe the Dugao needs to take that fight. Running back there, outranged. Well, he's actually getting some back. That's interesting. Yeah. He finds some kills, that's more than I would have expected. But the big thing is also Stark, having the big advantage, is maybe able to control the right hand side corner. And that would mean 3 corners here for Brazil B. And only 1 corner at the moment for Finland A. Take a look, Zupi now going for a super strong army. We need to see VH going for mass camels. But not too many elite manglers out for now. Only 2 over here, but should go for more. Basically only elite manglers for him now. And that will be pretty deadly. And let's see how they will stop this, but Brazil B is still in a huge control here. So many elite manglers, so many paladins out here going for the raid. And Pike's villager count only at 51 here. The max only looking at 90, and that will be a lot of dead villagers here for release as well. Miguel just going ham all over the map. And Zupi not taking the greatest fights over here as well. Running into the camels, and that heavy cam upgrade just taking so long with the normal AOC here. And Stark is trying to go for some walls. They don't want to control this corner and trade there. They just want to block it a bit. They're going for the markets here at the top, trying to trade with Dugao at the left hand side, who didn't have the greatest places to build those markets. And we can see Dugao going for lead Mangolites on the other side as well. So it's not like we have one Mongols player completely dominating the game and the other one out of this game. Dugao only 10 pop behind. Villagers actually ahead. Zupi lost quite a bit, but Zupi has a nice amount of military here. Stark on the other side, 0 military at the moment. He just wants to go for the walls. He's switching on to, yeah, the paladin route here. Miguel playing strong today. Well, he did get some kills there against Willis. That was pretty sweet for him. Never got raided. And then, yeah, 2 extra TCs, did go for a lot of knights and was able to boom into some damage. That's obviously quite a sweet spot here. Welcome, Boxer. And yeah, he will get some kills in. Look at that KD, more than 3-1. Probably will decrease a bit, but oh, he can still get some kills. And so Gao now coming around. Oh god, those elite mango dice, and that will be tough to get answered probably properly. See a lot of access here. Stark trying to go for more defense. Lots of camels here out for VH. And now Zupi, let's take a look. Is he able to take another good engagement? For now, his numbers aren't that great anymore. 50 overall, but yeah, VH is looking at a strong 60. And Zupi doesn't have everything there at the front. Let's take a look. That's not the greatest engagement for VH. He's slowly killing all the meat shield on the front. But Mango Dice numbers still pretty strong for him. And yeah, seems like GG. Quite anticlimactic. Seems like it wasn't a pause and VH dropped. But yeah, Finland B still resigned here. So yeah, their new right-hand side corner was pretty ugly for them. Their new Pike was completely out of the game. And they had a Mango Dice player, or Mongols player, who would get a lot of extra stone, a lot of extra gold, and now players resigning, which is quite random. And Belize, Mayan's pocket position, and having such a bad map here for Pike really made it tough for them to play in the left-hand side. I believe the right-hand side was pretty even. The Max probably a bit behind Stark here, but that didn't really matter because Zupi would have won, but the other side was just so brutal. Tough map for them. Spanish flank, Mayan's pocket. A situation that you never want to be in. And yeah, at the moment, we have Winland as loseland because Brazil B is taking the first map here. And let's take a look at the achievements. Karok, welcome. KD of Miguel, so good here. And to go out didn't get into...
feels bad, man.
And yeah, Belize losing so many villagers there, losing his archers there over and over again. Pretty tough. Military count went pretty nicely here for VH. Miguel was up as well, and so was Zupi. Belize only at 33 in a 43-minute game. Really shows you how many villagers he lost early on there. Pretty ugly spot for him. Getting the big double there in mid-castle age, I would say. Losing a solid 15 villagers and all his plumed archers. And then it's so tough for him to defend. Yeah, look at that. Just look at that. He was like 150 behind only with the castle age timing. Got 3 villagers, got all the map control. And yeah, his imp was then just so good. So that was game number 1 here.